Elijah McClain, an innocent man, died unjustly. The prosecution and defense both agree on that, and not much else.
Now, your common sense will tell you that injecting someone who is barely moving, struggling to breathe, not speaking, with a powerful sedative is surely reckless.
Whenever police use a carotid hold on a suspect, like they did to Elijah that night, a maneuver so dangerous, protocol requires them to call paramedics for a medical assist.
We got fire coming, right?
Yeah.
Peter Cichuniec and Jeremy Cooper were called to address Elijah's medical needs, but they never so much as ask him his name.
They barely bend over at the waist to even look at him. They don't lay one single finger on him. And they don't take a single vital sign until he has none.
Paramedics never ask police a single question. They never take a piece of medical equipment out of their bag. They determine the barely moving, handcuffed man surrounded by 10 police officers is experiencing excited delirium when someone is so out of control they are a danger to themselves and others. The paramedics determined he needed to be sedated with ketamine because of that.
The maximum dose they were allowed to give to anyone. And they gave him that injection knowing exactly what the risks were.
Defense attorneys agree unspeakable cruelty was leveled at Elijah, just not at the hands of the paramedics, but at the hands of police.
And you have a sergeant stepping on him, and you want the firemen to do something? They're trying to calm it down and not add to anything. And they want their tools more than anybody to get their patient away from those officers and to the hospital.
Defense attorneys say Cichuniec and Cooper arrived to a chaotic scene and are given limited information.
They're being told by law enforcement that this person has been fighting. They're being told that he has superhuman strength. They're being told he went for a gun. They're being told that he's completely nonsensical.
Paramedics are left to believe he has excited delirium and ketamine is the protocol.
They don't have discretion. They're not doctors. They have to give ketamine.
Defense attorneys say the paramedics fought to take control of their patient and save his life. But the brute police and their own inadequate training prevented that from happening at every turn.
You're going to hear that there were a lot of gaps in the training. You're going to see who's in control of this scene.
That night, the paramedics estimated Elijah weighed 200 pounds. That would have called for a 450 milligram dose of ketamine. They elected to give him 500 milligrams as the most they could possibly give anyone. Instead, we now know he weighed 140 pounds. That would have called for a little over 300 milligrams. Of course, it'll be up to the jury to decide if he needed any ketamine at all. Alexandra Lewis, 9 News.
In the first trial related to McClain's death, a jury convicted one officer and acquitted another. A third officer was acquitted by a different jury in the second trial. If the jury convicts the paramedics in this case, Cooper and Cichuniec, they could face probation up to 16 years in prison.